guys, welcome back to another video. So I thought it'd be fun for us today to do our 2024 goals. I know that is something that has been on my mind, so I wanted to sit down and let this video be for that. Just over the last couple of weeks, I have had like things go across my mind that I was like, oh, this is something that I would like to accomplish for next year, or this is something that I really want to work on for next year. I think that goals should be very attainable. There's dreams, right? There's dreams that are bigger, but there's also goals that if you set yourself up for success and you set yourself up to be able to reach them just by doing the 1% every day of trying to attain that goal, I believe that they can all happen. And so if this is you too, get your notepad out, get your pen, turn on your music, your worship, whatever you want to listen to, and kind of just sit there and think. And it doesn't have to be a million goals, honestly. That's not, I think that there should be like a little like good handful of goals that you truly want to work on or accomplish in this next year. And like just the things that are so important to you, or even the things that you find yourself thinking about every day, like, man, I wish I could have did that better, or I really need to work on this, or like, you know, there's things that cross my mind every single day that I know I want to get better at or work on. I want to do this now and kind of already have them on my mind for next year, you know what I mean? So get whatever you need. I'm actually gonna make an iced coffee right now. It's like 6 o'clock, I want to say, but I want to, you know, turn on my worship, kind of actually ask God first. At least this is how I am doing it, just because like this year 2023 has been a very transformational year for me, I want to say, in certain areas, but especially my walk with the Lord. He has just opened up my eyes to so much, and now I really feel like, although he is telling me there's a lot coming, and in another strange way, he's telling me for me to also slow down. If you're like me, you're always like, okay, like what's next? Okay, like I'm doing this, I want to do this, like I want to conquer the world. And he's just like, girl, slow down. We're gonna conquer the world together, but we do that one day at a time. And there's just I really am just like, okay, God, like I want to be a part of what you're doing. I don't want, you know, you don't want God to be a part of any, like what you're doing. Like, oh God, come here, come and enter into my plans. Like, yeah, come on, see what I'm doing. Like, I am at a point where I'm just like, God, I want to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing. I just want the life that you have for me. I just want the purpose that you have for me. I just truly want to walk in. And I feel like this year, 2023, sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, but this is a talking video. Like, so if you don't want to do this, just go to the next one. But 2023 was definitely a year of that, of really like me shutting up and hearing God's voice and trusting that I am hearing him correctly. And he always finds ways to confirm that I do hear him. And I think that's just so, like, such a beautiful point of our faith, that God uses that. He uses every detail and he shows himself true. He shows himself faithful. And he loves to see that from us. He loves to see us truly trusting him with our entire heart. And so 2023 was really me learning and knowing that I hear him, and that I'm learning his voice, and that I'm walking in that. Like, I'm like learning to walk in the spirit, and literally like, just, God, okay, what do you have for me? God, what is it next in my life? What does this next season of my life look like? What do you have for me on the other side of this challenge you just took me through, you know, like this lesson that I just learned? And it's all good stuff. And so 2024, I really feel like is going to be something completely different in a really good way with him. And that's all I'm banging out for 2024. It's like, I'm really excited to see what he has. So I'm gonna make a coffee and let's get started. Okay guys, so I wanted to share what I got down for my goals for next year. It took me a little bit, but it actually was a lot more simple than what was all like going on in my head. So I like to split my goals into categories like home, family, health, things like that. So I split mine into 4 categories. So the first one being God, like my faith, the next one being family, and then the next one being home, and then the last one being my health. So so for the first one, I'm just gonna kind of like tell you what I put down for each category. Not too much into detail because probably like it's personal like to me. Anyways, so for the first category for God and my faith, God put it on my heart to give myself a verse of the year. And I have never done this before. I don't know why I've never done this, but it was such a good idea for me to just have a verse, and for any of you guys to have a verse that God puts on your heart for your 2024. Obviously everybody's gonna look different. And yeah, so I actually picked 1 Corinthians 2:9. So it says that, for as it is written, no eye has seen and no ear has heard, nor has entered into the heart of man that which God has prepared for those who love him. So I just think, and that verse actually reminds me of my dad, because in one of the cards he gave me, he put that verse in there, and it's basically saying like, no eye has seen, no human eye, no human ear, and no human mind is able to conceive or even know the plans that God has prepared for those that love him. That is my verse for the year, and I'm really excited to see what God has prepared for me. Like I said, I just want to be a part of what he's doing, and I'm honored that he has chosen me to be a part of what he's doing, and he's chosen you. So this is just an encouragement for you to tap in to see what God has in store for you and for your life. So with that being said, the next thing is, you know, he's also continued to show me how important it is to walk by the Spirit. We can know the Bible, we can know the scriptures, and that is really important. Obviously, that's how we get to know who God is. But what good is it to know the Bible but not be walking in what he's saying in the Bible? To put it into action, that our lives should be a reflection of it, to continually be living in the Spirit daily and listening to God's voice and going with what he says for you to do and what he's called you to do and what he's saying. So just continually to walk and learn to hear his voice and walk by the Spirit. And the next thing is, he's really shown me that ministry does start in my home and in our homes, being with my kids and my husband first. And I think it's really special because a lot of power can come from your home, changing generations. And that is what I want to see happen in my family and in my children and in my husband and just in our lives. And ministry does start in the home. So for me to incorporate knowing and loving Jesus into my home and into my kids and into my husband, like that, I know is what God is calling me to do first and foremost. So just to be able to incorporate ways into doing that is what I want to also focus on in 2024. If you're new here, I recently started a women's ministry. I'm gonna put the title on the screen, but it's called Her Crowned Era. And it was something that God had placed in my heart for a couple of years, and we just launched it. My college roommate partners with me on it, and so we started it a couple of months ago, solely on social media. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, I'll put the handle there. But I know in 2024 that I would like to start in-person gatherings, and that is just, there's so much detail that goes into that. But I know in 2024, I want to start in-person gatherings where we worship, where we have a word, where we just form this community of women that are hungry for God and for his plan and for what he has for us in this life and our purpose here on the earth. With that, just like incorporating so much and just really sowing into that ministry right now. I'm really excited. Like, I truly am excited for what God has in store for the ministry in 2024. I think it's gonna be amazing. I think he has a lot up his sleeve, and I'm just thankful to be a part of it. Like, I'm really so excited and just so honored. Just not gonna cry, but I'm just so honored. Next, going into my family. So my family, which I kind of already touched on actually with ministry, but just to share creating routines with my family and my kids, because I am a stay-at-home mom. I did start just homeschooling a couple of months ago. So it's just creating like a time in the morning with mom, with mom, to do like maybe a morning devotional with my kids where we all just like read, or, you know, I'm doing my morning reading and they're like getting a book and learning more about the Bible and God. And then when my husband comes home from work, we can have like just where we all sit down together and just maybe read like a story from the Bible. And I kind of want to have like a place in our house like where we can do a verse of the week and we can all like go over it as a family and all of us like memorize it. I think my kids are at a point where they can memorize a verse, being that it's not like super long. So I think that'd be really cool to do as a family together as well. And then just like me as a mom, like seeing the fruits of the Spirit really working through my life, patience, gentleness, self-control, just all of it, because we need it, right? We need it, and I'm not perfect. Of just more patience, kindness, gentleness, self-control, all those things I need. Just all of that. And then just into, to get into like a homeschool, like routine, get myself organized with curriculum. Like I really do thrive off of routine. And even though I give my kids, there's a lot of like freedom in the way we've been homeschooling, I still would like, I need some organization in my life and in that aspect. And I think that's really important to me to have that. So just like creating just like an organized space when it comes to homeschooling, and that just kind of makes my mind a little bit more sane. But regular home things, just creating like a really good morning and night routine, not just for myself, but for my family. Because 3 kids, I know there's people who have more kids, but 3 kids, it's a lot. So my husband and I, we're learning every day. It's tough out here for parents, but we'll get there, So, and also just like home things, like just more home organization and functionality, like just things like laundry is like, ugh. Like, I need to come up with a functional laundry system because it's kicking my butt, honestly. Like doing laundry for a family of 5, it's never ending. And I really need to come up with a system that really works for me. And then just like organization, decluttering. I'm pretty good at decluttering and like just getting rid of stuff at this point. Like I do it every couple of months, but just like systems into place. I really need some systems going on. And just we've been in our house for 2 years now. And some of the rooms are completed, but some of them are not. And I really just want to focus on, if we're going to be here for another year, I don't really know how much we're renting this house. So I don't know how much longer we're going to be in this house. But if we are going to be here for the rest of the year, I would like to make the rest of the rooms like just making our house into a home, you know, cozy home vibes. And then just for my health, like any other person in the world, focusing on like my health. And I really need to start working out. Like I had been an athlete my entire life, so working out really does help with my mental state. And I know that. So I really need to just start and really just take care of myself in that aspect, taking care of my body, you know, body, soul, spirit. So I really want to work out at least 4 to 5 times a week. Like I will be happy with that. And just like, I really need to build my muscle back up. Like that would be like, those are like my goals. Just like eating whole, healthy, organic meals at every meal. And then like I've been doing a pretty good job at meal prepping, like for my husband and for the week. I've said it in previous videos. I've been meal prepping, like not just his lunches for work, but like just like chicken ahead of time, or like ground beef, things like that I can incorporate into meals for us for the week, which has been like really a game changer, honestly. But I also want to like meal prep for myself, so I'm not eating my kids' leftovers. And just like really taking care of myself and taking care of my health, because I don't really feel like I've been putting that as a priority, and we really need to. It's important. Yeah, that is like in a gist of my New Year's goals. When I sat there for a couple hours right now and thought about it, like these are the things that came to mind and things that I have been thinking about. So So I hope this video helped or encouraged you in any way. If you want, you should jot down either your Bible verse for the year or things that you really want to focus on in 2024. I really would love to hear them. But that is it for today's video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and join the family. I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video.